for you that they've shot.
Mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
I've been telling you for months he's going to start canceling all his public appearances, just like all the congressmen are doing. We're now publicly isolating them, showing everyone they're criminals, saying these are Madoffs, these are Ken Lays, these are criminals. And their collapse is beginning. We're going to play the start of that confrontation from inside. And again, that took over newspaper headlines, front of one of the major Chicago papers, top story, TV, national news. And that was a nice crowd of great activists. Those are the equivalent of our founding fathers. That's how it begins. You know what the Sons of Liberty did for 15 years before the war started? They did exactly what you just saw. Exactly. When the redcoats were stealing people's property and raping people's women and beating people up, and there was police brutality and the corrupt lords were out of control, the founders did that and a lot more for 15 years. And they woke the country up and got it ready to defeat the New World Order. And that's what we're doing right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're hoping for a peaceful outcome in this by arresting these crooks. I want to go to Steve and Saeed from We Are Change Chicago. They also work with We Are Change Ohio. I salute you. Do we have Anthony from Ohio, too? He's coming on later. Okay, let's go ahead and go to these guys, and we're going to come back after the break and talk more. Just incredible job. I mean, it can't be done better than what you did in Chicago.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Really appreciate you covering it. We had an organized effort to confront Gore. We were all ready and organized. We went there early in the morning, got our wristbands, and really did a great. I think we really got him on ClimateGate, and thank you for covering it. I mean, the timing was perfect. You really covered it over the weekend, and that Tuesday is when we were going to confront him, because originally we were going to get him on 30,000 Scientists and Global Governance. But as soon as ClimateGate came out, we were like, we have to get him on ClimateGate. So we all sat down and you know, got a plan together and did it. And it was great that the media covered it. I mean, I'll explain it to you from the beginning. We just marched down to the borders in the morning. We got our wristbands, got in, okay. And then a couple hours later, they had the book signing. I'm in line with we went in groups. It was me and Sati, and Word, who's a member of We Are Change Chicago. Steve was he was a little bit behind, and Anthony was in the middle. We had Lee filming on the side, as you see that angle from the side angle. So I'm in line now. That reporter that you see in the beginning, he's a Fox News reporter, and he actually interviewed me before I confronted him about, hey, what are you guys doing out here? What do you want to if you could say anything to Al Gore, what would you say to him? And I said it straight up that I want to ask him about ClimateGate, about these letters and documents that have been hacked that represent and show that he's been manipulating data and manipulating the people. What's going on about this? This is there's so much coming out to prove that this is a hoax. And he kind of like the reporter kind of like stuttered and kind of just walked off like, okay, he was expecting something. So, and then he also interviewed Anthony. I'll let Anthony explain that. We went up to confront him. I asked him on if he could talk about ClimateGate. As you see in the clip, he responded by saying, I haven't read the emails. And I mean, this coward, this globalist, I mean, that's what he really is.
Well, stay there. We got Syed, we've got Steve from Chicago, Anthony coming up, and we're going to play the video from the start. It is dynamic stuff. This is how it's done, and I can only salute everyone who's involved, and it's only intensifying. And now he's canceling his events, which we don't want him to do. We want to go out and confront him more. We're talking to Saad and Steve from We Are Change, one of dozens of great activists out there leading the charge successfully against Al Gore. And the first time you go to a public event, a book signing, a press conference, you can go up politely and talk to them. They'll try to throw you out. Then you take over the media coverage. Then you can yell when they're dragging you out. You can start yelling from the start. I like the way they did it. They tried to be nice at first, talk to the media, got that coverage, then tried to talk to him and they got thrown out. Then they started yelling key, simple facts. People criticize me, like when I have gone and taken over Chris Matthews' TV coverage at, say, the DNC, because I kept saying 9/11's an inside job, 9/11's an inside job. If I started quoting the Declaration of Independence, it wouldn't make it across TV over Chris Matthews talking. But if you say simple slogans, then they start ignoring what the teleprompter readers are saying, and they hear you rhythmically repeating, 9/11's an inside job, 9/11's an inside job, Infowars.com, wearechange.org, Infowars.com, 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 and now people everywhere they go are confronting them. And then they physically attack me and cut up my megaphone, and it's the extra on the Obama deception. People haven't seen it. But then other people are going out and doing it. I remember they were having a fake bioweapon release with the state police to scare the locals in Austin. I just went down, jumped in front of the live newscast, said it's all fake. I called the TV station and said, we're going to announce it's fake. We have proof, because I did have the proof from an internal source. But that bluffed them, because I couldn't give the source up, to going on and announcing it was fake. They had a fake nuclear spill we knew was fake in a drill for the Army taking over. We bluffed them into doing that. You prove the fraud they're running by exposing them. Now, I want to just play the clip from the start. And it starts with a newscast that gets into the clip. We're going to go back to Saad and Steve and others and give you their websites and tell you how you can get involved or start your own group. I think the more the merrier. Join this group, start another group. We're lone wolf in that we love the Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, Constitution, but we're thousands of groups. That's why people have asked me to form my own groups or lead groups. No. See, that's a centralized system. Our idea is centralized of freedom and truth and justice, and it cuts across party lines. We expose phony wars. We expose 9/11. We expose the global warming fraud. We expose the heart of it, the eugenics system. But let's play this clip. This is how it's done. And it took courage. But once you've done it once, you're not afraid to do it anymore. So take the plunge, join the rebellion peacefully, take over their events. Here it is.
Chicago today to sign copies of his new book, Our Choice. There was a long line of supporters at the Borders bookstore on State Street. Our Choice is a follow-up to Gore's Academy Award-winning documentary, An Inconvenient Truth. Gore has championed environmental issues for many years. His book is described as a call to action that answers many of the questions posed by the film. Gore was a co-recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize in 2007 for his work on climate change.
They're in the bookstore. The Slimer walks by.
Sir, can you comment on the email, the documents that were revealed, that were hacked on ClimateGate? ClimateGate says that the research is a fraud and it's all implemented. Can you give a comment? Can you give me a comment, sir? It's fraud.
New World Order, eugenics operation. Don't touch me. This is a eugenics operation. This is activity. One they're trying to sue Al Gore. Look it up. This is a eugenics program. This is New World Order. He's lying to all of us. He's lying to us before. Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up. This is a New World Order.
Can I give you that, Mr. Gore? It's just science that shows that 31,000 scientists are speaking out against your eugenics Club of Rome agenda, sir. The New World Order will fail, and we realize that this is against our sovereignty. I have a First Amendment right. You do not need to assault me, sir. I am leaving. I am leaving. You do not need to assault me, sir. I have a First Amendment right. This man wants to create a centralized global government. 31,000 scientists. That man this is Nazi fascism.
Who are you?
Any comments on ClimateGate? The emails that prove it's a scam, it's a farce. Global warming is a joke. Any comment? Comment on ClimateGate? ClimateGate, First Amendment rights here. ClimateGate, ClimateGate, research ClimateGate. This guy's a fraud. It's a scam. They are trying to institute a global government through a carbon tax, This guy's working on a carbon tax. That's all it is. It's global government. There are 30,000 scientists trying to sue this guy. John Coleman, the founder of the Weather Channel, is suing this bum. You're all in line for this bum. It's a global government. Get your hands off me. First Amendment rights. Get your hands off of me.
Let's talk about carbon polluters. You talk about them. It's my understanding that back in 1997, when you were vice president, Enron's CEO, Ken Lay, was involved in discussions with you at the White House about helping develop this type of policy, this trading scheme. And is that accurate? Is it inaccurate? It's been reported.
I don't know.